Istanbul, Turkey is without a doubt one of the great cities of the past and present. It is a melting pot of cultures lying in one of the strategically most important places on earth. In this video, you will learn fascinating facts about Istanbul, covering general facts about its size, population, and geography, some more random interesting facts, historical facts, and finally some facts about Istanbul's cuisine. Although it is not the capital city, Istanbul is by far the largest city in Turkey. It is three times larger than the capital city, Ankara, with a metropolitan population of 15.5 million. Turkey is the largest city in Europe and 13th largest in the world. One fifth of the Turkish population lives in Istanbul. Only 28% of Istanbul's residents are originally from Istanbul. Most come from other parts of Turkey, and their numbers in Istanbul are greater than several of their respective provinces. Over 90% of Istanbul residents are Muslim, and there are 2,691 active mosques in the city. Istanbul is considered one of the 81 provinces of Turkey, and it is the most populous one. Istanbul encompasses 39 districts, including Fatih, the historical heart of the city. Istanbul's most significant historical sites are concentrated in Fatih's Sultan Ahmed neighborhood. Istanbul sits at a strategically vital location, with the Bosphorus being the only passage from the Mediterranean and the Sea of Marmara to the Black Sea. Istanbul is the only city in the world that straddles two continents. The Bosphorus runs through the city, separating Anatolia from Thrace. The two sides of the Bosphorus are often referred to as the Asian side and European side of Istanbul. The Golden Horn is a large estuary connected to the Bosphorus at the point where it meets the Sea of Marmara. It separates Old Istanbul from Beyoğlu district, the northern section of European Istanbul. Galata Bridge, which spans the Golden Horn, is a cultural focal point of the city, attracting fishermen, strollers, buskers, and so on. There are restaurants built into its lower level. The current bridge, built in 1994, replaces four earlier ones. There are 450 kilometers of coastline in Istanbul. Istanbul has formerly been called Lagos, Byzantium, Augusta Antonia, New Rome, and Constantinople. Like Rome, Istanbul has been nicknamed the city of seven hills, even though there are more than 50 hills in the city. Istanbul has served as the imperial capital for over 1500 years. It was the capital of the Eastern Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman empires. Istanbul is famous for being home to the Hagia Sophia, also known one of the world's most well-known pieces of architecture, and the Sultan Ahmed Mosque. The tulip was widely cultivated by the Ottomans. It was later sent from there to the Netherlands, other parts of Europe, and Canada. It remains a symbol of Istanbul and Turkey. Istanbul has more than 40 sister cities around the world. The first was Rio. Others include Barcelona, Berlin, Cairo, Venice, and Shanghai. Istanbul is antipodal to the island of Tubuai in French Polynesia in the middle of the South Pacific Ocean. Located near a fault line, Istanbul is subject to regular earthquakes. This includes major ones in 1,600, and over 5 lakh old buildings vulnerable to earthquakes have been demolished in Istanbul in the last 10 years. Istanbul has a relatively mild climate influenced by the seas to its north and south with low diurnal temperature variation. The hottest temperature on record is 37.2 centigrade. Because of its many hills, Istanbul has many microclimates with the rainfall varying considerably between them. The city is also frequent subject to fog. Istanbul receives more snow than any other city in the Mediterranean basin. Business in Istanbul accounts for one third of the country's economy. Istanbul received 14 million visitors in 2019, making it the eighth most visited city in the world. The historic areas of Istanbul are a designated UNESCO World Heritage Site. The site includes four districts spanning an area of 765.5 acres and containing numerous ancient structures. The Hippodrome, a former Keroid racing stadium and now large park next to the Blue Mosque and near the Hagia Sophia, contains an Egyptian obelisk and serpentine column from the Temple of Apollo in Delphi. Circasi station in Istanbul was once the terminus of the Orient Express, the famous historical luxury railway line. The Grand Bazaar in Istanbul is one of the oldest and largest covered markets in the world at 3 lakh meters square with over 90 million annual visitors. It is considered one of the most popular attractions in the world, and some consider it one of the world's first shopping malls.